China's meeting with Russian President Putin is causing fears in the West, and England has gone above and beyond that fear to accuse China of supplying weapons to Russia to aid in their war against Ukraine. China has replied. Listen to what their spokesperson said to China's political theater is at its most dramatic peak yet, as it unleashes a barrage of accusations against the UIK, labeling it as a nation steeped in hypocrisy and malicious slander. The stage is set for a clash of titans where China, with an air of indignation, calls out the UIK for what it perceives as baseless accusations and incendiary rhetoric aimed at igniting further chaos in an already volatile global scenario. The audacity of British Defense Minister Shapps to assert, without concrete evidence, that China is funneling lethal aid to Russia for its brutal war against Ukraine, reeks of a desperate attempt to distract from the UI's own failings on the international stage. The US, too, embroiled in this geopolitical quagmire, finds itself awkwardly split from its British ally, with National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan outright dismissing Shapps' claims as unsubstantiated. This debacle raises fundamental questions about the West's credibility and integrity in the eyes of the world. Are these allegations a mere smokescreen to mask deeper insecurities and strategic failures? China's riposte is as scathing as it is unyielding, urging the UK to cease its inflammatory tactics and reflect on its dubious role in perpetuating global conflicts as China positions itself as a paragon of peace and diplomatic integrity. It turns the mirror back on the West, exposing what it claims is a litany of hypocrisies and contradictions. Stay with us as we dive deep into this brewing storm of accusations, counter-accusations, and geopolitical maneuverings. The stakes are high. The rhetoric is fiery, and the implications are nothing short of monumental. Hello and welcome back to Innovative Check YouTube channel, where we delve into the innovative and transformative projects changing our world. If you're new to the channel and enjoy learning about innovation stories around the world, you've come to the right place. Please subscribe, like, and comment to help boost our videos on YouTube. The diplomatic tensions between China and the UK have escalated significantly following recent accusations by British officials. This friction adds another layer to the already complex geopolitical landscape shaped by the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Beijing has categorically denied allegations from the UK that it has been, or is preparing to, supply lethal aid to Russia. The accusations, leveled by British Defense Minister Shapps, lack substantial evidence, according to China's spokesperson, who called for a cessation of what they termed as groundless accusations. Shapps, speaking at a conference in London, claimed that British and US defense intelligence had credible evidence indicating the flow of lethal aid from China to Russia. His assertions were met with skepticism and a notable lack of corroboration from other Western officials. US National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, for instance, openly contradicted Shapps by stating that he had not seen any evidence supporting the claim that China was providing lethal military assistance to Russia. Just a quick reminder to hit the like button below. YouTube has been restricting my videos a lot recently because of bots, so your like does help out this video massively in terms of the algorithm in YouTube. The strategic relationship between China and Russia has indeed grown stronger over recent years, partly in response to the economic and military sanctions imposed by the United States and its allies. These sanctions, primarily aimed at Russia due to its invasion of Ukraine, have inadvertently driven Moscow closer to Beijing. China's increased military and trade cooperation with Russia has been a focal point of concern for Western nations, although Beijing insists that its actions are misrepresented. China's spokesperson emphasized that Beijing's stance on Ukraine has always been neutral and aimed at promoting peace and dialogue. The spokesperson reiterated China's commitment to a peaceful resolution and criticized the UIK for exacerbating tensions through unfounded allegations. According to the spokesperson, China's policies regarding the export of military products are strictly regulated and responsible, ensuring that dual-use items are controlled in compliance with international laws and regulations. The spokesperson's remarks highlight China's frustration with what it perceives as the UIK's inflammatory rhetoric. They urged the UIK to reflect on its contributions to global peace and security and to refrain from actions that could further destabilize the situation in Ukraine. The call for the UIK to stop adding fuel to the fire underscores Beijing's position that such accusations not only lack foundation but also hinder efforts to achieve a diplomatic resolution. If you are enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to subscribe, share the video and comment. This exchange of accusations and denials underscores the growing divide between Western powers and China, particularly in their approaches to global conflicts and security issues, while the U.S. appears to be distancing itself from the UIK's claims about Chinese military aid to Russia. The overall Western narrative remains critical of China's close ties with Moscow. The geopolitical chess game continues, with each move by China, Russia, and Western nations scrutinized for its potential impact on the broader international order. China's insistence on its neutrality and calls for peace negotiations are part of its broader strategy to position itself as a responsible global power. However, the skepticism from Western nations, especially in the context of the Ukraine conflict, indicates a significant trust deficit. This deficit is exacerbated by the complex web of alliances and enmities that define current international relations. The situation remains fluid, with potential implications for future diplomatic and economic interactions between these major powers. The international community watches closely as this saga unfolds, understanding that the stakes are high. The outcome of these diplomatic tensions could influence not only the immediate conflict in Ukraine, but also the long-term relationships between the world's most powerful nations. As accusations fly and denials are issued, the path to a peaceful resolution seems fraught with challenges. How these challenges are navigated will be crucial in determining the future landscape of global politics and security. The UAK's allegations against China, whether substantiated or not, play into a broader strategy of isolating and pressuring nations that align with Russia. By framing China as a potential supplier of lethal aid, the UK aims to rally further international condemnation and possibly more sanctions against Beijing. However, China's reaction reveals its deep sensitivity to its international image and its strategic interests. Beijing's vehement denial and counter-accusations against the UK signal its unwillingness to be painted as an aggressor or as complicit in Russia's actions. This defensive posture is essential for China as it seeks to maintain and expand its global influence while avoiding direct confrontation with Western powers. The balancing act involves supporting Russia to a degree that it benefits China's geopolitical strategy, without crossing lines that would invite severe repercussions from the international community. In this intricate dance of diplomacy, economic interests also play a crucial role. China's extensive trade networks and its Belt and Road Initiative are pivotal to its global strategy. Any perception that China is contributing to the conflict in Ukraine could jeopardize these economic ventures by triggering sanctions or reducing its attractiveness as a trading partner. Thus, China's strong response to the UIK's accusations is also a move to protect its economic interests and maintain its position in the global economic hierarchy. The U.S. position, slightly divergent from that of the UK, reflects the complexity of Western alliances. While the U.S. has been leading efforts to support Ukraine and sanction Russia, it appears cautious in fully endorsing the UIK's claims about China's involvement. This caution could be attributed to a variety of factors, including a desire to keep diplomatic channels with China open and to avoid escalating tensions unnecessarily. The U.S. likely recognizes the importance of a nuanced approach, balancing its firm stance against Russian aggression with a measured response to China's actions. Meanwhile, Russia benefits from this diplomatic rift between Western powers and China. As long as its alliances with nations like China remain intact or grow stronger, Russia can better withstand the economic and military pressure from the West. The mutual support between Russia and China, though primarily strategic, has significant implications for the global balance of power. It underscores a shift towards a multipolar world where Western dominance is increasingly challenged by rising powers. As the narrative evolves, each statement, each accusation, and each denial becomes part of a larger story about the struggle for global influence. The outcome of this struggle is far from certain, but its implications will be far-reaching. For the UK, making bold claims about China's involvement in Ukraine is a gamble, one that seeks to rally support against both Russia and China, but risks alienating key global players. For China, the focus remains on projecting strength, maintaining strategic partnerships, and positioning itself as a champion of peace and development. Despite the skepticism it faces, the pursuit of truth in international relations is often clouded by strategic interests and political maneuvering. The accusations against China, whether true or not, serve as a reminder of the intricate and often opaque nature of global politics. As the world watches, the actions of these nations will continue to shape the geopolitical landscape, influencing not only the current conflict in Ukraine, but also the future direction of international relations. Thank you for your attention, and I welcome your thoughts and questions on this complex and vital subject. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to get exclusive videos about how phenomenally China is developing and growing its influence. Your subscriptions and likes motivate us to generate more content, so please keep supporting us. Check out this video showing on your screen right now, and I will see you on the other side.